Levi here with Uphill Cinema. Can the Nanlite FS-300B really be a budget-friendly professional light? Let's dive into it. So what is the Nanlite FS-300B? Well, it's Nanlite's budget-friendly hard cob light. So cob is chip on board. It is bicolor from 2700K all the way up to 5600K, and it's a 300 watt output LED light. Typically when you think of budget, you think of, okay, what corners may someone be cutting? And that's where this light actually is really interesting, because the more and more I've played with it and the more and more I've seen other products from Nanlite, the more and more the gap between professional lighting and budget-friendly lighting is really narrowing. So for the Nanlite FS-300B, the things that I really care about, it has those things, like the things that really matter. And that is good color reproduction and good output. And this light has that. For most scenarios, not all, but for most scenarios, this light can do that. And did I mention this light is under $400 and it's 300 watts?
Why don't we settle this? But buy it now.
I've used this light now on several different commercials, several different branding product commercials, talking interviews and heads, documentary style stuff, and the light's been absolutely great. So what's the difference between this and something like the Nanlite Forza line or the new Nanlite 720 series of lights? And that's where it gets a little different. That's where you're gonna bump up into a different price tag for the things that make life a little easier. And what that is the knobs on the sides. On the newer Forza line, they're metal and it's just one knob, it locks it down, and could probably take a bigger beating throwing it around in a rental truck, throwing it around, renting it out, things like that. Controlling this light, if your light is up, you would have to bring the light all the way down and change it, unless you use the Nanlite app and you can control the light through the app. The app is super easy to use, it's super friendly, very intuitive, and it's pretty responsive. The reason why you have to bring the light down is the ballast is built up into the head, and so there's no ballast down at the bottom. Something like the Forza series, the ballast is separated so the light can be all the way up. You could have your gaffer or someone over by the light while you're looking at your monitor changing it while not having to bring the light down or not having any phones needed or tablets needed. You can do everything down on the ground. And for me, I actually like ballasts down and attached to the bottom of the stands, because then it gives the stand a little more weight down at the bottom for a better lower center of gravity. So that's really the only differences in the ways of like what you're getting in the more professional line of the Forza line compared to the FS line. It really isn't the output of the light. Yes, of course, they do have more, but it's more of those features that make life a little easier as a filmmaker. And also because it's Bowings mount, it can be used and adapted by tons of different modifiers all over the place. And it's just an overall a good light. And so yeah, go check it out. I think this is, as of right now, to me, this is the king for budget friendly, high output LED lights that can really kind of do everything and you still aren't lacking with awesome features. And like I mentioned, that gap is just closing and closing and closing between professional lights and more budget friendly lights. It's just gonna get more and more and more merged. And so I'm excited for what the future has to hold. So go check it out. I have the links below. If you have any questions, let me know. I've used it quite a bit now. I've had it for a couple months and I really like it. I'm wondering, have you used the FS-300B and the Forza? What's your thoughts? Leave your comments below. And yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye.